is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Breaking the Mold. And how about that intro, guys? That was
That's awesome.
cool.
Pretty dope.
That was
That
good
was
stuff.
pretty nice. Should have been using that all month. What happened?
Right.
As you can tell, we haven't been on for a few weeks, and sorry about that, guys. But very happy to be joining you guys tonight, especially after such a crazy weekend that I think all of us are still recovering from somewhat with all the action. So I'm Harrican BX. Let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. And since he's right next to me, Brian Brank. What's up, dude?
Yeah, man, still recovering. And a couple things. One, recovering physically. One, when you do all these like social media things, you keep your phone in your pocket for 3 days. Like it takes a day to catch up on all the things that are being tagged and commented. Not to mention all the emails, and it's like shipping notices, shipping on hold, things you got to pre-order. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to catch up on that stuff. I actually took 2 days off to recover, Monday and Tuesday. Today being Tuesday, but I felt so good today. I dialed in the work, get some stuff done. Then the power went out, and I was like, great, sweet. I guess I'll go back to relaxing.
Yeah,
for a little while.
Dave said take a nap. It's time for a nap. Oh, nice. Hopefully that wasn't too much of an inconvenience with the power going out. Did you any meat spoil or anything? Nah, right? Just
it was only a couple hours, fortunately. But
all right.
It was a nice break from going through work email, that's for sure.
Okay. All right, that's good. I'm glad you had the days to recover. I've been getting my ass kicked the past 2 days at work. Like, I just want to, I want to scream. But it is what it is. Dominic, what's up, dude? I know you're recovering. How you feeling?
Yeah, I feel like I walked forever. It was a lot of walking.
My man hung tough this weekend with all the walking miles. He put some miles on them legs.
We were joking that I'm probably going to lose weight on this weekend. All the walking that I did. So I didn't have to go to the gym because I was walking, doing the city walk. But it was good.
Right.
I enjoyed it. Everything was crazy. Enjoyed all the wild, crazy nights that we were having. Right now it's just recouping from all that, and it was good. I'm sure we'll talk more about it, but Monday was like I did go. I work from home, so I didn't take the day off. So I felt like I'm going to be at home anyway, so I can just lay out and just put the laptop on my lap and just work, answer some emails and stuff like that. But it was a nice day of relaxing, and I should have took off because I just wanted to sleep the whole day. But,
Yeah.
I got a couple naps in after like around 4 o'clock and just slept through the night and everything like that. So.
Right,
that's what you miss during these conventions. Like you don't get any sleep, but I'm sure my roommates would beg to differ.
a lot of noise in there.
Dom, I measured my footsteps with my Fitbit
Oh yeah,
this weekend.
me too.
18 miles I walked in those 4 days. So your hotel was further from us, so you probably I'm not sure how many more you put on.
I think I put just Friday alone. I think I had like 22,000 steps.
On Friday by itself?
Yeah, just by itself.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Good shit.
That is crazy.
Good shit. I've had a good day or two like that, being out and about, but that's good.
Because that was the full day that we obviously we drove up there Thursday, but that was like Friday was like the full day. We walked to brunch. We walked from brunch to the convention, and then we walked all through. Dude, that Baltimore Comic Con hall was like amazing, like so big. Like I never seen. I've seen like New York Comic Con and everything, but I didn't know that Baltimore was that big. It was huge. But
Yeah.
that was a lot of walking on Friday.
Yeah. That was huge, and I'm glad we got to go to that on Friday because we saw the lines on Saturday for that convention, and it was like, oof, that thing was like. I'm glad that it's like popular and so many people, but I was thinking the people at the back of the line are gonna miss the convention because you know what I'm saying. It was already like in the afternoon, and there was still a huge line of people like waiting to get in there. So it was impressive. And the guys that are locals, they said that's like half the size that con usually
Yeah, they
is.
were saying that's what they were saying. So, I'm
So
amazed. And I was surprised on the size, and they were saying it's even bigger on the normal year, and I'm like, wow. That's
I mean, with all the restrictions they put on, you know what I mean? I don't know. Kind of.
Which they did a good job with, I think. Like, they had the temperature check. You had to, bring your thing. I'm sure it slowed up the line a little bit, like from just simply checking with your ticket. But I think they did an okay job with it. I don't think it was too crazy and overwhelmed. But I can imagine on Saturday how long that line was. It just probably multiplied the wait time because they had to go through all that checks and stuff. So.
So that's why I was glad. Like Friday was the more low key day, and even Brandon, who was there with Melita, like he was like, oh, he was like, this place is like empty. And to me, I was like, there's still a decent amount of people in here. But it was like, it wasn't asses to elbows, you know what I'm saying? But Saturday, and probably Sunday, which is the main weekend,
Right.
It was just like, whoa. Like, it was cool to just kind of like walk by and you see the people waiting and a bunch of people in cosplay and stuff like that. So, even though you're not going inside, you get like a little taste of it,
Yeah. I've only been on Saturday, and it is shoulder to shoulder in there. Like, remember those really early NJCC shows where you couldn't move? It was like that, but in that whole big place. So yeah, this was nice to kind of go and have some breathing space and actually be able to just keep your head on a swivel without running over people while you're trying to walk through the crowd. So.
When I lived in Chicago for that that long stretch, and one of my coworkers and I would go to the Wizard World, convention that they had there. We had a good 10 or 11 year stretch from probably '04 up and through 2013 ish. We'd always go on Friday, for the weekend for the same reason for that, just because it was a little less congested and a little easier to walk through, and you could kind of have a little bit of breathing room. And that was, of course, in a different world back then too. But so that was good.
Yeah. So, how are you, dude? G Money with us tonight. What's going on? It's been a minute.
Yeah, I'm sort of like you guys. I pulled a Brian. I was supposed to be off Monday, Tuesday. I flew back here Sunday morning and spent the day with my wife, and that was just my tired day. I think I was in bed by 6:30 that night, which is early even for me. After that. But then yesterday was a day of grocery shopping, food prep, laundry, getting clothes for the week. And then I felt like I just had so much work stuff to do. I'm like, let me go in today, catch up, and then take Thursday or Friday off this week instead. So that's what I ended up doing. So now I can probably feel a little bit better today, making sure everything was the way it was supposed to be and just getting myself back in the right mindset.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you guys. I haven't done really, not that there's been a lot of events, but I think this last year I went up with Nick, and Oscar and David to that little show about 2 hours north of me, an hour and 40 minutes back in the spring. But that was an NJCC size event. And then I don't know, probably 2 months ago, I drove up to this toy show in Tampa by myself, kind of on a whim on a Saturday, and I walked it probably in an hour. And those are the last two events that I've walked, in that venue like that. And I forgot what the slow walk does to you. Walking through, looking at tables and booths, and trying to do your best, distance wise and stuff like that. So I was pretty beat Sunday. By the time I got back here, I was worn out.
Gary, I remember you telling me about this a couple years ago about the soreness afterwards, and you said that slow walk it's hard. It's harder on the body than maybe a real walk is.
I feel like it is because I feel like I take these tiny steps in those places, And I think you're just kind of aware of everybody around you and, trying to look and not bump into people and not miss anything, even if you're systematic. But yeah, I just feel like for whatever reason, I take these small little steps. And it's by the time the end of the day has come, my calves and my quads are killing me.
Especially if it's beforehand, if it was super, super busy, you know what I mean? You're kind of shuffling.
Right. Yeah. That's what it feels like. Right. It's kind of
So yeah, all right, cool, man. And JD, he must have been the most well rested. There, he came through and hung out and stuff like that, and it was great. But What's up, dude? How are you feeling after the past weekend?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like came we actually Monday I had a doctor's appointment, so just a checkup and all that kind of stuff would go over. Like I had blood work done the last time I was in there, and we talked about that and like clean bill of health, like more than clean bill of health, and you know,
Awesome.
so. But yeah, I'm feeling really good after being there. I mean, my back was hurting a little bit
Yeah.
Saturday, but like my knees and my back.
Man,
But
we're not
wasn't
spring
bad.
chickens. We're not spring chickens
No,
anymore. None of us,
no,
man. None of us. Like
no. Like Dave and I were. It was funny. Him and I were having a conversation, and it was like made a comment about being old, and it's like we look back at our conversation. It was just like we were talking about all the medical stuff that we're doing. I was like, holy fuck, we're like our grandparents, but we're at a fucking action figure show, talking about, oh yeah, getting my glaucoma medicine, like talking about our, what's going on, and it's just funny being old people and.
man, aging. It's a bit. It's like a blessing and a curse. There are some good things about aging. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things
Yeah.
like just the aches and pains. That's not cool, man. It's not cool. It's not cool anymore.
Dude, yeah.
How it takes you like days and days to recover after a weekend like we had, just drinking all night. We could usually just do that and get up the next morning, no problem.
Or you just give up and you just accept that you can't. That's just not worth the feelings the next day. So.
Yeah, so I'm hoping for Energon Addict to join us tonight, having some technical difficulties and stuff. So he said he may pop in if he's able, and trying to get the Rockfather himself here with us tonight just to chat a little bit and hang out for a bit, and a couple other guests that are going to talk about their TFCon experiences and stuff. Very interested to hear about one in particular because basically he's a newbie. You know what I'm saying? It was his first time experiencing like hanging out with all of us, so I think it's going to be like an interesting perspective to get. Like what did you guys think about the show? Just basically like walking the show floor itself, where you I know the cliche and stuff it is, and it's true, we all come to see each other and hang out, but did you guys have anything that you were looking forward to seeing at the show, picking up maybe, and just overall thoughts on the show floor itself if you got to go in? Whoever wants to go first, go ahead.
I mean, I always keep like a little list of stuff that I'm looking for, but I mean, at this point, it's been 2 years since any of us has seen each other. Other than Brian. Brian's been here a bunch, but like, it's been a really long time since any of us have seen each other. So that was more of the focus, for Chan and I both. And it was like, I don't even really care about the show, It's like, that was just the backdrop, like we always say. It was
of course,
just the backdrop.
Yeah. Did you get to go in and like look around though? And
Yeah.
things,
I mean, it seemed a little thin, I mean, even like Hanny was there, which was awesome. Him and Meyer flew out or whatever, and they weren't vending, but they came to check it out, and he's like, yeah, it seems a little not so crowded in here this year. And I was like, yeah, it's because you're not here. You're not here vending.
Yeah, I don't know if any some other vendors were like missing and stuff like that. Where like it did seem like it was just more. Whoa, Squarehead.
Whoa, Squarehead.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Squarehead's
Holy
the leader.
shit, I'm scared. Actually, look at this. Somebody actually realized that this should be the Halloween show and came wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's true. I got Halloween this next weekend already. Jesus.
I can put my Halloween costume on in 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
I have half mine on. I always have half of mine on.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who we have here joining us. Squarehead.
Yo, what up?
What's up,
Just
dude?
trying to be in the Halloween spirit. I'm gonna take this off. I'm hot as fuck. Give me a second.
Yeah, real, but it did seem like just a lot more open space, in general, like at the show, and of course, like Handy not being there, he always had a sizable kind of presence at the TF cons in the past. So without him, and if there were any other vendors missing that maybe couldn't make it because of the conditions, yeah, it just seemed that there was more space for people to walk around and stuff. Dude, what is going on?
Yo,
What's happening, Pop?
not much, man. I'm on my phone, so I hope y'all can hear me. It's my first time doing this on the phone, but
We hear you.
Yeah,
all right.
Sound good.
Good. Fine. Could still see that handsome mug.
It was good. I'm catching up. What you guys talking about the show?
Yeah, so we just basically usual intros and stuff, and how are you feeling in general just after the weekend with all the walking around? Are you still recovering from that? With all
Hell yeah,
the
man.
steps and stuff?
I haven't walked that much in almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So, my thighs even hurt. Parts of me that never hurt before hurt.
That's when you work the muscles.
I know we usually make fun of Dom for sitting down, but he did a lot of fucking walking this trip. I tell you.
Yeah.
He stayed with it.
I was, I walked at a slower pace as you gazelles. So, I was about a good 20 feet behind them all the time. Just being careful.
Oh man, do we have that picture? It's funny that you just said that because there is a picture of that. It was Dust. Dust was I think he had just gotten to the hotel room, and it was the afternoon. And he took a picture. He saw Dave, EE, and Dom, we're just walking, what I'm saying, down the block, and Dom's just trailing behind about a good 10 or 15 feet. And we were just cracking up, man. But he was like, "Look at that, spotting my boys," which was cool. Just so happened that he just looked out the window and he caught these dudes walking by.
It was funny and borderline creepy all at the same time.
That was the sniper shot right there.
Exactly. It's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
So did you guys think, just the show itself, was it dark inside there, or is it just me not having been out to something like that in a while? I kind of felt like the lighting inside was a little darker.
There it is.
Oh my God, that's
not too bad, Dom. That's not so bad.
Guys, why were you leaving them behind like that? You should have slowed your pace down.
We should do a caption this picture in the ROC group.
Oh man, that was funny though.
It's a ballroom, so it's not gonna have fluorescent lighting in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seemed the same to me, kind of like what you would expect in a room like that. I didn't think it was dim, by any account.
Nah, you could
It's just
definitely
me
see.
then.
It's not what is that at Zolocon where you need a fucking
No, that wasn't that.
flashlight on the
Right.
second
Yeah, it wasn't like
floor
that. But
in some of those.
Oh yeah,
some of
Zolocon
those
has
places.
the mood lighting and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just got to play some Barry White and you good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Gary, I think your eyes are just now accustomed to that Florida sunshine.
maybe it's just that aging process we talked about. But I don't know. Maybe looking at some of the booths was a little harder.
It was definitely dimmer. It wasn't lit very well, but I think Baltimore Comic Con was even darker, right? When we went in that, I was like, wow, it's really hard to see stuff.
Ouch.
I was having problems seeing at Baltimore.
Yeah. So Dave, besides just how you're feeling after the show and stuff, I was just in general, because I was we all go there to see each other, but as far as the show floor, was there anything you were looking forward to see, or just what were your expectations from? What was your thoughts on just the show floor in general, walking around and stuff?
We're talking about Baltimore Comic Con or both in general?
No, the TFCon, the TFCon itself.
TFCon. It was cool to see a few things that I hadn't been up on because I'm really not collecting Transformers as much as I used to.
Yeah.
So I think Gary had shown me that Grimlock that who's doing it? Planet X.
Planet X. Yeah.
Oh,
Cactus.
Yeah, that shit looks pretty dope. In both modes. So I don't know. I might have to pick up a set for that. What else? Oh, the tape. new tape that was there.
Yeah, steel jaw.
Steel Jaw.
Field draw and the rung that I missed out on because that was probably the only thing I would have picked up that exclusive from MMC.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'll probably just order it on Planet Steel Express or something, you know.
Okay.
But aside from that, like it's just to me, just a lot of like older stuff and the new stuff that you guys collect.
Yeah.
So I mean, nothing for me, man. It was all about the people. Like you guys keep reiterating. Is just I was there for the people. I literally came home with something Dust bought me, which wasn't even a transformer, and the dial that JD made me. I came home with nothing else, just
Oh yeah, that was nice.
memories and laughs and shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it's really all about. You know what I'm saying? I think, we'll hear from a couple people that, will, co-sign that and stuff. I mean, it was just, just cool again, just to kind of go to a spot where you could see third-party Transformers on sale. You could see the retail stuff on sale. Like, that's not, something that you see even like at like normal cons. Like, I think I saw like a couple of third-party pieces at Baltimore Comic Con, but it really like that place, a lot of comics, a lot of artists, and stuff
artists,
like that. Not too much like a action figure stands like per se. They were there, but it wasn't like what I would see at like a Wizard World Philly or something, or a New York Comic Con, where it's basically that's all it is. I kept telling people, I was like, yo, this is the most comic books I've seen at a Comic Con. Because everything is usually like a celebrity driven like event and just action figure stands and stuff. So the ones that were there though, I was hunting. I was like, well, not really hunting for anything particular, but just like looking, seeing, and I was like, I found I think one stand that had like a third party stuff, and but nothing like even like recent. But the prices were pretty decent for what they were for the pieces. I think it was like the TFC Terracons. I think I saw somebody had there, a few of them. I saw the MMC Predacons and stuff like that, which selling for the 70 or $80, which is I guess what you might find them for on the website, like if they're still available. So not too much stuff like that. But I really dug the Comic Con. Just because of,
the Baltimore Con, I had a lot more cosplay than I've seen at an event in a long time. It's kind of neat to see.
Yeah,
even on Saturday.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Go on a Saturday. Man.
I was going to say even Saturday when we drove by like the steps and the lines and stuff, you could see a lot more of that too. But
yes, Saturday was the day I saw that dude in that sick Batman costume. It was like the BVS costume. Like that shit looked like legit. Like he was like a stunt double or something. Like it was good. It was on point. Like these costumes, and I think I saw a Mandalorian also that was like super legit. Cool. Even at the like the last show we went to, I think at RetroCon, I saw another Mandalorian that was walking around there. That I think he probably put G money into his suit because it looked legit, like legit, real legit. So
what was dope about Baltimore Comic Con? Myself and a few others that were there, we watched these guys called Eternia Dream. Like they do live Facebook.
They were there.
Motu Classic stuff.
Yeah.
Like they do live auctions. I've probably been watching them like the entire COVID. You know what I mean? Like I picked up a few things from them. I think Dom did too. And it was cool meeting him like face to face because you watch him constantly on like the way people see us and they're like, oh shit, look at you in front of me. It's kind of, I was like, oh shit, you kind of skinny. Like I was like, you're a skinny dude, but it was nice to see him and his wife. So
yeah, I went up to say something just to kind of be like, hey man, been watching your streams. I bought a masked manta from you, on one of them, kind of thing. And he's like, oh man, we got masks. Come down to the shop. I'm like, all right, yeah, all right. I gotta. Nice meeting you.
Oh man, I really enjoyed that show though. Like, and again, just saying that, hearing people say that it's usually twice the size. I'm like, my mind was blown because I just enjoyed that for what it was. Like, really, really dug it. Just kind of walking up and down the aisles and the cosplay itself, which is usually like a highlight of conventions like that, man. Like people just. They go all out, what I'm saying? Like, and it's just nice. It's nice. It's that time when you could just like really like get into it and enjoy your hobby and just like again like the way we all hook up to hang out with each other for TFCon and an event like this. Those guys are experiencing the same thing. They're hanging out with their cosplay buddies, you know what I'm saying, taking pictures and hanging out like afterwards. And, I searched some of those hashtags like on Instagram and I see those other people like posting their photos and like having a good time. And that's dope, man. It's dope to see so many people, coming together for common interests like that, like we all do.
Jose, it's funny you say that. When we went to dinner, I think it was on Saturday night, right? We walked by the con, I guess it was over, and all the cosplayers took a picture on the stairs over there.
Yeah, on the stairs.
Like how we would, like a rock picture. And it was like at least 100 of them there, and it was pretty cool to see that too. Because it looked like a whole like Marvel Squad, you know what I mean? Like, well, a whole
like a Justice League.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome. And they do that here. Like I've seen that plenty of times at New York Comic Con. Just all of them grouping together for the group photos. Like us, they're like, "Yo, meet at this time." We're getting together. Like everybody just gets together, And that's freaking awesome, man. It's freaking awesome. Like and incredible coincidence that it just falls on the same weekend that we got down there for this convention. So. And the good times, man, just hanging out, like very little sleep. I think just like Dom was mentioning it, so, like these things are long. It's long days. You're taking a lot of steps, and you just have to get off like your feet, and and really just maybe take a load off. And I did that a couple of times throughout, but I was like, I don't think I did it for more than like an hour or so because I was like, I feel like I'm just missing out, like plenty of time to sleep later, you know what I'm saying? You'll get some rest later because I just didn't want to miss like the times with anybody. And I feel like I got a good amount of time with a good amount of people, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a great weekend, like overall when it came to that stuff.
Brian, what do you always say? What's the opposite of FOMO?
JOMO.
JOMO, right?
JOMO.
Yeah, but the FOMO is true. Like, and I have a hard time just because of breaking habits, for that like, it's, you do think you're going to miss out on something or you try to stretch as long as you can, in certain situations and then recognize it and try and catch up the next day and hear about the adventures that tend to happen when you're not present for them.
So Gary, with all the hiccups that happened with, our room getting canceled and all that, was it still a good trip for you overall?
Yeah, I was so glad to see you guys. Ideally, having to drive back and forth, kind of the way that it really did make it kind of shitty by the end, because it's Baltimore too, right? So that drive is 9 miles for where I was staying, but it could take me like 12 minutes, at 10:30 at night, or it could take me 45 minutes, earlier in the morning with the traffic sometimes. So it was kind of added up just a little bit, and then the headache of figuring out where to park and stuff like that. And then to your point, Jose, not being able to just go upstairs to your room, and chill out, or change your clothes, to grab a quick shower or something like that to kind of re-energize. Yeah. But it's a small look. At the end of the day, with everything that happened such last minute with those changes, we couldn't control that, So I was just glad to be able to come hang out and see people. So I think we made it work pretty well.
Yeah.
And I tried to pack enough snacks and stuff, so I didn't have to get hangry on anybody.
Dude, Brian had the bananas. He had the bananas in the room, man.
We ate early enough for you too, buddy. Don't even.
I know. Trust me. No, we had good plans for eating and stuff.
Yeah.
And look, I'm going to talk about one of the best things it's really never happened for me on one of those, other than Mike Kincaid at Reston 2 years ago. He came down and we went to the gym one day, and we had just missed Eric B. Like we were kind of crisscross schedules, but we had a good workout session on Friday morning. I was freaking impressed that everybody was there for that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you know what it was? It was you, bro. You were the motivating factor for me because we talked about it, and because you were off site, I was like, yo, I gotta let this dude into that gym. He's not gonna get in there
right?
unless I'm
exactly.
in there,
Yeah,
So, but dude, with the hanging out that first Thursday night, and
I figured,
it was a good night. It was like I wanted nothing more in the world than to stay in bed. But I set my alarm. I set it for 5:30, and I heard it, and it was so far away because me and Brian were talking for about 4:10 or so, and then so I snoozed. I heard it. I snoozed it. snoozed again, and then I looked at the phone, so now it's 5:40 because I was expecting you, 6 o'clock or whatever. I looked at it, and then you messaged me at 5:33, like, "Hey, I'm on my way," and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get up. Now I gotta get up." And dude, it was impressive because I mean, we've always talked about it. You've always wanted us to kind of get together and
exactly.
stuff. But when we hang out, whenever we've done an overnight thing, it's like we're just all trash. So it's like you stay in bed, you want to recover. But I was like, no, we're gonna get the workout, and Eric B was down.
Yeah, and nobody sandbagged it either. Yeah, Mike and Darren.
And
just showed up.
We all got it in, man. And Mike was saying, he was like, I couldn't believe we were 5 deep in there that morning.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And,
it was cool to see.
And he put us through our paces too, man. That was good. I appreciated the workout.
Yeah, it was good.
Was pretty awesome.
It was actually. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I was like, that was actually really fun for me to see that. Right, just to be able to. Just for realistically, so that was cool. It was a good way to start the weekend, really. I think for those 2 days, Friday and Saturday, after hanging out briefly on Thursday.
Gary was just sizing people up.
Right? Yeah. So,
He's like, this guy isn't lifting me.
It was good, man. It was good. I'm glad we got to do it, and actually, it actually sobered me up a bit from the night before because it was like I felt it like while we were there, but then about halfway through the workout, I felt back to normal.
You sweated it out.
Just a little, just a little like, oh man, I just need to sleep for a couple more hours, but of course, no. Couldn't do that with everything going on. So, all right. Well, I got somebody backstage, and
nice.
I think this is his first experience just kind of hanging out with us, meeting him for the first time, and we were hanging out like a lot this weekend. I think he had a good time, and he's going to share his experience with us. So, Ricky B, welcome to Breaking the Mold, brother. How are you?
What's going on, yo?
What's up, dude?
Yo.
Yeah, and real quick before I get into it, man, I in my head just built this whole story of Dave's like an old school mob boss and gets like his hair. Jay, that shit is sharp as fuck, and I'm super jealous. That shit is sharp. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up?
Not shit, man. Just
chilling, man.
dipping
How
my
are you?
toes in the realm of collectors, trying to learn everything and see everything and talking to folks.
All right, so I mean, we want to hear about it because again, you're like this was your first experience with the realm this weekend and stuff like that. I got to meet you on Thursday, and we were basically chilling, the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. We all said our goodbyes and stuff like that. And man, for being just like first time, hey, I'm meeting this guy. It was cool, man. We had some good times. So I mean, what was your experience like? Just kind of just meeting everybody and just seeing what the whole environment was about. Like, well, first of all, are you like a Transformers collector or a collector in general? Like,
yes, on both accounts.
Okay. So if you're a Transformers collector, so you can't you're familiar with TFCon and all the stuff. It's not like you're
Nope.
like, oh, hey, I'm just hanging out and I'm here. Okay, all right, cool.
Yep. No, I knew nothing about TFCon. Like where I live Central Florida, and the only shows I've ever been to is I have to go down to like Orlando or Tampa. I have to do a couple of small shows.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to NYCC in 2019 with my friend that lives up there. So this is the second biggest con type thing I've been to. And I only heard about it through Bobby Skullface's channel. I just got into like listening to him probably about 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
And heard about it and I was like, that sounds cool. My wife's like, you don't ever really do shit, she goes to Disney like all the time and shit with her cousins. So she's like, I want you to go do something, get out there and go talk to people. So I was like, cool. It was really cool, like meeting you guys. Like that totally made the experience like a different level. Like I didn't know, because when I went to NYCC, I had my friend John that I've been talking to for like 5-6 years there with me, so I had somebody to interact with. And I'd talked with Bobby a few times, but he was there working. So,
So basically, you're going there. You're going there solo, right?
All right, it froze on me on my end. I don't know if it froze on y'all's end.
I think you're okay.
We
Can you
hear
hear
you,
us?
but your picture is frozen.
Okay, yeah, I hear y'all and see y'all. What did y'all hear last?
I just said so you were basically going to TFCon solo,
Yeah,
and you
I
had
went there by myself. I'd never met Bobby, but I talked to him a few times. I knew he was going to be working, so I knew I wasn't going to be like chilling out, hanging with him. So I was like, kind of like, I'm a very outgoing person, but only when I'm talking to somebody. I don't go out of my way to talk to people because I just don't fuck with people. Like
Mm.
I don't have to worry about catching charges if I don't talk to somebody. You know,
Oh,
somebody's
so
going to be
you,
an asshole, and I have no filter. So
so you're
like.
saying, so you're basically like you're not the one to like initiate a conversation, but if people come up and say what's up, then you'll just chat, you'll chat it up, no problem.
It's more like the vibe of the place. Like if I don't know anybody and everybody's like, okay, so to use you guys as an example,
Mm.
you guys are a group, but you weren't like very standoffish and cliquish. You were very open to letting me come up and talk to you guys and shit like that. So that I picked that vibe up. Boom, I'm just me being me. But like if I went
Yeah.
there and there was just your group standing over there, like who the fuck's this cat, and this group's over here talking about who the fuck's this cat, I'd have been like, I hope somebody looks at me funny because I'm gonna go to jail in Baltimore. So that kind of a switch. Like I just go by the vibe of the area, and you guys are very cool and open. Like at Bobby's on Thursday, just like sat down and talked like I'd known y'all for like years and years.
Ah,
And
that's you know what, that's what it kind of felt like, man. You know what I'm saying? Despite meeting you for the first time, and to me, listen, some people have to put their best foot forward too. Not everybody is really like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like it's just it was just a very natural. Hey, what's up? I'm Ricky. Hey, Jose. And then you're just talking, and then you're talking, and people are laughing and joking, and a very just natural. Like it felt like you had been around for like a while. Like if if I
I
could
think
say
me
that,
and Ricky were making fun of each other within the first 5 minutes of me.
yeah.
dude, Dave's my boy. Like when he was talking about his weekend, and he's like, "Oh man, I was so tired from all that walking." I'm yelling at my phone. I'm like, "I offered to carry you like a backpack, motherfucker. Would you please stop?"
Oh man.
Which
Yeah, I
is
just
I was
remember.
gonna try to sneak into the con that way, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so Ricky, we hung out with you Thursday night too, right? If I
Right?
remember.
Yeah, at Bobby's. Yeah.
Yeah, but you ended up coming? You went to the hotel that night, right? Did you go to Sliders Thursday or?
No,
Oh,
Sliders.
okay.
Sliders was Friday.
Okay. Well, it was every night for us,
yes,
but
yes, it was.
but
Yes,
um,
it was.
but yeah, but it was Friday when I saw you again. Yeah, man, and I was just like, it's like, you know what? I think I like this guy.
Oh, Frank trying to make me blush on the internet. Oh,
Your camera's frozen. They won't see.
Yeah, they don't see it. Yeah, man. So I mean, that's cool. I'm glad you caught the vibes
damn,
and
I'm
stuff
just
like
have
that.
bad
And
reception.
I'm glad you caught the vibes, and that's I would say that's how we are. Very just chill people, laid back, like for the most part, and stuff like that. And just always, I mean, I've always seen that. I've always just tried to be a welcoming person when somebody's just kind of new and seeing what the realm's all
Yeah.
about and whatnot. So I'm glad. I'm glad that you that you picked up on the vibe and had like a good weekend and stuff like
Dude,
that. So
I give you a ton of credit for getting on a plane to make that trip because, my first, outing a few years ago, I was like, it's a road trip to New Jersey. So I'm like, that's a little bit easier because I'm like, if everybody isn't cool, I can just get in the car and leave.
No, I was there for the haul. If it had been shitty, I'd just been up in my hotel room watching TV or something, or trying to get into
Playing
trouble
with
somewhere else.
Transformers.
Did you
Yeah,
did you pick up anything at the show? Did you see anything you were looking for?
I grabbed some of Bobby's artwork because I had talked to him already. I'm planning on building it up in my collection, like having some of his framed artwork and stuff.
Hmm.
And I grabbed a couple other little things there. Like his middle daughter is like the cutest, and she hit me as soon as I walked into the showroom. She's like, "So this is this much, and this is that much," and I just bought all kinds of shit because she was adorable with it. And then like Sunday, I believe it was. I'm at BotCon. I bought that uh, trans art black agent.
Oh, the Ravage type of guy.
Yeah, the Russian Ravage from Beast
Yeah.
Wars. And that's just to throw. I'm a big
Oh,
Soundwave nerd. I have like a whole huge Soundwave set up with all his tapes and minions and stuff. So I just put him in that shelf somewhere.
Oh, I never thought of that. That's actually pretty clever for a display like that. I like that.
I'll just toss him back in there. So I got at least that. Like I went with the intent of buying a couple of things. You know, I was gonna get rung, but literally as soon as I walked up to the table, the person right in front of me bought the last one.
Oh,
So I was
It
like, son of a
happens.
bitch.
It
But
happens.
had it on pre-order, so I'm not too hurt about it. I was just gonna get it if I could. And then I was planning on buying a couple other things, but ironically, hanging out with you guys, my outlook on what I was planning on doing there,
You got totally sidetracked. You
I,
did not expect the good time you had this weekend with us.
I,
You,
and I,
you,
and you are too far away from me to be sucking your dick. I'm telling you, I had a good time. That was not the plan. You know, like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna party with these guys and hang out with them and stuff. And it was a total blast. You guys definitely made it worth it. I got home and my wife's like, so tell me what you saw. Tell me all about the cool. She doesn't really care about my stuff, but she tries to,
Yeah.
interact about it. She's like, well, what cool Transformers did you see? What you gonna get? Did you buy anything? Yada yada yada. I'm like, man, I hung out with these cool dudes. Like we went around partying. We got like tore up. I almost got ran over by some cars. I mean, it was crazy as shit. Like she's like, but what Transformers? I was like, nothing. I got this one here. Look, and I threw like the trans art thing on the bed. I was like, I got that. Now here, let me tell you about these guys. And I pulled up like all the pictures and was talking about what we were all
Yeah,
doing and
you had to
stuff.
do that quick because she's gonna
And
be like, "No, you
that
didn't."
that yeah,
She's like, where were
yeah.
you really at,
Uh,
Ricky?
Like I was like, TF.com was okay. I mean, but in all honesty, if I ever did it again, it would literally just to meet up with them and hang out. Like I wouldn't even do
That's the
like the
vibe.
con
That's the
part of it.
vibe.
Like I
That's
don't
the
need to get
vibe.
in. Next time I'm gonna do like Dave. I'm not gonna buy a ticket and then I'm just gonna be Dominic's backpack because I think he's the only one that can tote me. So
No problem, bud. No problem. We
and
can make
Dom,
that work. We can make that work.
yeah, we'll figure out how to make it work. You might have to work some leg presses with Gary before I get on you,
Oh.
but we got to do something, man.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah.
it was a total blast, and I really appreciate y'all for making it memorable. And I had a great time because of hanging out with y'all and getting to meet y'all. And now I'm getting to do all this new stuff, learning about ROC and all the stuff that y'all have, and I'm able to look in here and catch up on old videos and read stuff that people post and talk to, but
Yeah.
there's more than a few of them that are even in the chats. Like we're talking in the chat on the side of the screen
Mm-hmm.
that are people that I met there, and like, dude, I'll tell you what, man, my friends thing on Facebook, I keep that shit like friends and family. I don't. Every once in a while, I purge my friends list and shit.
Yeah.
I've probably doubled my friends list in the last 3 days just from ROC people because they're all like friend
yeah.
request.
Yeah.
So I
that's
mean, it's really cool. I'm gonna Dust isn't on here, but he'll catch it eventually. His dinner thing. Okay, so to tell you about how I'm about vibes. Okay, what we were talking about earlier. The dinner on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Friday? Was it
Friday.
Friday dinner?
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday dinner.
Morton's.
Okay, so here's how that went down. Me and Mike chilling in the hotel lobby. Mike's like, "Oh shit, they said they're at dinner like 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna see what they're up to." So he finds out y'all have just started ordering. He's like, "You want to go over and grab dinner?" I'm like, "Why don't you text them and make sure it's cool before I just pop in on dinner with y'all?" He's like, "This is verbatim. Oh, Dust loves it when strangers shows up with shit." Okay. Now, granted, I learned he was bullshitting me later, but I was like, "Cool, whatever, man. I'm gonna see her in the hotel." I go over to the thing. So I walk in, and it's that immediate, "Oh shit, this is a lot more like of a personal thing than it is just McDonald's with your friends." You know what I mean? So I was like, and then Jose just looked up. He's like, "What's up, man?" And just like that, I just sat down. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm here. I'm down." I laid my head on Dust's shoulders. He almost stabbed me. I mean, it was a whole thing. But it was cool. Dominic saved my ass because I was gonna dine and dash. I'm fast for a fat guy. I'd have left y'all sitting there. I'd have gone. So it was really cool. It was a blast.
I'm
I
glad.
had a great time getting to know y'all. I hope we continue to talk with each other and
For
stuff.
sure, for sure. We're
And
gonna have a lot more opportunities in the future to hang out and do stuff like this, man. and I hope you're like around for it. So definitely just check it out. You're in the Facebook group, like what I'm saying. It's as chill a vibe there as it was like like there at the con and stuff like that. So really happy to have met you. I'm glad you were there. I'm glad you had the good time you did. And dude, it was very nice, man, and very chill. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I'm glad you
Very
got to
cool.
hang out.
I'm very
Yeah,
much a pleasure to meet y'all, and thank you for letting me come in here and talk.
And I have a Florida brethren now, so we can find some middle ground between Lakeland and Tampa and stuff like that.
Oh
and,
shit! I grew up in Tampa. That's awesome. You're in Florida.
Yeah, we'll hook up with. We'll make Mr. Brammer drive down south and come meet us at some point for
I'm
some
pretty
event.
sure that guy. I'm pretty sure that guy knows where to find the actual meth gators. We might be able to go out and run something. That dude has led a life, man. He was talking to me and telling me some stuff. I'm like, whew, he in the good parts.
Yeah, you'll see, Ricky. The ROC gets some little. Click isn't the right word. Click has a negative connotation to it. But you got the guys in New York and New Jersey, right? And they represent. And there's a Michigan crew that gets together and hangs out. So we'll have to, represent Florida and teach Pinkerton that there's more than alligators down here.
In Delaware, right, Brian?
Hard. Like I told him, I said, these Yankees done made you soft, man. I'm gonna have to remind you of your Southern roots. They made him soft. And he's like, okay, bet. Then we got drunk, and you saw how that worked out. One night I walked him back. Next night he walked me back. That's just how we had to do it.
That's the realm, baby. That's what we do. We take care of each other. So, dude, once again, thank you for hopping on. Really appreciate it, and we'll talk soon, dude. We'll talk.
All right,
soon.
very much appreciate it. Catch y'all later.
All right, be safe.
All right,
brother.
dude.
Yeah,
Have a good night,
Hey,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Shout out to that dude for hanging out real quick and sharing his experience. Good dude, and that was a taste, guys. That was a taste. I'm sure you're gonna see more of Ricky in the future, man. Like and again, a testament to the vibes this weekend and everybody just hanging out and having a good time. So the Michigan area was just brought up, and we have another guest that's gonna hang out with us real quick tonight. So I got Gary. This is our workout partner.
I know, right?
We got together Friday, so welcome to BTM, Eric B. What up, dude?
Yo, my rockin'.
What's up, dude?
What's going on, good people?
Yo,
What's happening?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Chilling, enjoying the show, enjoying all the recaps, man. It's giving me the feels, man. I'm missing you guys.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to hold it together and not like start balling here like I kind of started to last night.
Yo, yeah. Siobhan saw that. She's like, "Oh, he's really feeling it." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh man. So
time.
how are you feeling after the weekend as far as all the physical activities and walking around and stuff? Are you feeling
Man,
good?
good, dude. I'm feeling good, man. I haven't walked that many steps in Lord knows how long, but yeah, it was good, man. We got that workout in. I worked out on Thursday when I got there, and then
yes, you did.
Friday with you guys, and then Saturday morning you and I got down there. Darren had beat us to it and knocked his out already, so I'm feeling good, man. I only gained a pound after everything I ate, so I'm feeling good.
Dude, I lost 3. I'm like, how did that happen? But the eating wasn't too crazy and stuff like that. So I was like, man,
you had a liquid diet.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me about
Liquid
it.
diet that weekend for sure. That was a banana, some steak, and a whole lot of alcohol.
Oh yeah, man.
you know?
Fogo was
Subs.
great.
Oh,
Fogo
man.
was great. Good
So-
eating.
Yeah, it was. So how was your experience overall, man? How was coming down with Siobhan, the trip, and just the overall con experience for you? Like,
It was good, man. It was good. I really am glad that she was able to come down. It was just me and her. She got to experience everything that I experienced firsthand, starting a few years ago. Just getting to see my element, being around everybody, getting to meet good people, people I consider family from states away.
Yeah.
So it was cool. We got there Thursday, hung out with Bobby from about 10 to 2:30, then drove over. He recommended a restaurant to go to because it was our anniversary week. So we 9 years, man. We had to eat somewhere good, and yeah, we did that on Thursday and had a good time, man. And then we were off to the races, man. Everybody started showing up and just hanging out, man. And You know, it was the party that never ended. You know, it was always something going on.
Yeah,
So it was
that's
pretty
what that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like, and it was cool because you know you had time to just kind of parlay in the lobby and hang out. Yo, I was shocked when I got on the scale on Monday. I'm like, I was 210, I think, on Thursday when I checked before I left. It was 207 on Monday. I'm like, how? You know? Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it all day. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, man, like it was just getting there and just chilling. Like I'm glad we got to do the lunch on Saturday too. Like,
Me too, man.
I hadn't done the Fogo in a while and stuff like that, and it just kind of like it was just nice just to kind of just to break bread and just chill and chill out, have a good time. Ace was hanging out with us for that lunch. And and just talk, just talk, because this is not the thing we get to do on a regular basis, right?
Right.
Like, even with all the podcasting and the group messages and and just posting and whatnot, it's very different, man. When you could just kind of get together on a personal level in person, because everything is this now. It's digital.
Yep.
Everything's digital. Even when it comes to your own family, and everybody texts, nobody talks really. And listen, I get it. I'm a texter. I like to text. That's my preferred method of communication. But when you're able to reconnect on a level like this, I think that means a lot, and I feel like that was, I felt like that was the longest form conversation we were able to have, and with Siobhan too, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've always met, but it's like we talk for a few minutes and then all right, catch you later. And just being able to hang out at the bar like we did, and I just love the pockets of people that were just talking and getting together. Like, I sat back and I looked, and that's why I was just trying to take those casual shots where it's like you see that, because that's the best, like, to me and stuff like that. So
my memorable experience between you two guys was like our friend Kenneth appeared out of nowhere, like a leprechaun out of a little hole on Thursday night, and this guy's like pickup line. His opening line was, "Who's doing push-ups?" And I'm like, what? He's like, "Who's doing push-ups?" And I'm like, maybe he's seen something from afar that I didn't witness. So I'm looking around. I'm like,
Jose had the guns out. He saw Jose's guns.
I know I wasn't doing push-ups, and my parents ain't gonna do no push-ups. I'm like, maybe they're doing push-ups. So he's walking over. He's like, "Who's doing push-ups?" And Jose comes up to him, and they were just talking. That guy was wild, dude.
Yo, he was wild. That dude. What was his name? His name was Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember his name. So one of the Maryland locals and stuff like that. I think Brammer was like, "This is one of the strays I picked up, like, out there."
Oh no. He just popped up.
He popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just showed up out of nowhere. I think he talked to me first. So we were doing push-ups. I'm like, he's like, "Man, I'm gonna have to punch someone out the first night. This is nuts."
Nah, he was there drinking before we even got there.
Well, he came up from Pickles.
Yeah. He came up from another place, and so we were chilling, and he's just like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "These guys seem like guys I can fuck with, in a sense, And then he was like, "Who's doing push-ups?" Then all of a sudden he started boxing some motherfucking guy on the other side of the. You remember that? He was boxing
wild.
one of the dudes running the Comic Con, one of the skinny vendors at Comic Con. You guys don't remember this?
No, maybe I didn't get there at that time.
I don't remember anything. That's why we do these recap shows. And he wanted to take us to a special place,
I heard about that.
Norma Jeans.
Norma Jeans, and to the point where I was just like, "Yo, Norma Jeans sound like she can cook, bro." Like, are we going to Norma Jeans for like some chicken and biscuits and gravy or something? And he was like, "No, man, that's not what you go to Norma Jeans for, man. Norma Jeans to chill. As soon as we walk in, they know me at Norma Jeans," and I was just like, "Oh shit," I was like, "All right." But Bethany wasn't having it. So she was being mama for all of us there. She was like, "You're not going, and you're not going." And to the point where he was like, "Which one of these is your man?" And she pointed at her husband, Jay. And he was like, "All right, he's not going, but the rest of you are going." We put our hands up. We were like, "All right."
We're going to Norma Jeans. It was
Dude,
funny.
I think I was only there like every bit of 5 minutes before he was like, "Yeah, who's doing push-ups?"
Oh, so dude, the push-ups. So it was like, all right. was telling this dude, I'm like, dude, we can't do push-ups. I was like, I gotta work out with Gary in the morning. He doesn't know who the fuck Gary is. I'm like, dude, no push-ups. I gotta work out with Gary. And then he's like, diamonds. We're gonna do diamonds. And I'm like, diamonds. I was like, listen, I could bang out push-ups like a motherfucker now, but I haven't done diamonds in a minute. So I was a little nervous. I'm like, can I even do these? It's been a minute. Yo, Eric B, he's the push-up king because he banged his diamonds out, bang. And I love the way Lowry caught the video because he got up, he was just like. And me and this dude are still on the ground, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I couldn't mess with y'all. I was like, look, man, I gotta work out 2 in the morning. Y'all wilding. I'm out. I'm out.
And I think that night, we probably did about 3 or 4 sets of push-ups on that hard ass,
that
asphalt,
pebble ground.
Yeah. But listen, those are the things that make the nights memorable. Like that's what we're there for. Like it's just funny, man. And it was a good time. We were all there together. Nobody, we were just having a good time. Like and everybody looking out for each other and stuff like that. So it was just funny. It was a good time. I was having fun with the guy. You know what I'm saying? And entertaining.
Oh yeah, everybody was pretty harmless, man. It was pretty harmless. Go ahead.
No, there was like another couple that was sitting there, like just sitting there having a drink, and we were just like, hey, hello, that nice older couple that were there, like, again, just a couple of locals hanging out at a spot that we're just hanging out at, and it's just nice. Everybody just kind of chats and hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And
they got comfy real quick. Those two, the couple, I remember.
Oh yeah.
I passed them a little something. They're like, "Ooh, what's this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's from New York." And they were like, "You got more?" I was like, "Not on me." Come by tomorrow night. Maybe we'll be here again.
Oh man, Realming. That's what it's all about, man. And
yeah, man.
And Eric, we were talking about it earlier, like how Mike and Kay, Gary, like impressed that we all made it there in the gym, like we actually got to get the workout in. Siobhan was there too, so shout out to Siobhan. Yep. She was getting it in too.
Yeah, she got down there.
And so that was cool, man. Like, because Gary always tries to get us to do these things, and we never wind up doing it.
Right.
We got it done, man. We got it done. I was proud, even drunk. Working out. I was proud. And then I told him the next day when we worked out, and he's like, "What do you guys do?" And I was like, "Oh, we did some back and a little bit of chest." He's like, "You guys did more chest?" He's like,
yeah,
like really?
Mostly arms though, but yeah, we did a little back and chest. But yeah, we mostly focused on arms. We had to get it in, man. Like we couldn't let the second day just be a waste. We had to really get it in.
Yeah. So
fun
that
times,
was cool. What about the show floor and stuff? What do you think of the show floor itself? Did you get any pickups? Like, were you looking to get anything there?
So I was looking for just a few things, man, but like none of that stuff was there. For instance, the Cyber Factory Starscream from like the Bayverse movie, not Bayverse, but the new like Bumblebee continuity, that wasn't there. I didn't see that. I was hoping that Fans Toys would have dropped Soundwave early, but no luck on that.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, I wasn't really looking for anything. Like I told my wife when I was coming down there, and she didn't believe me until I got there and only walked out with 3 shirts and a mouse pad. That I wasn't really going for anything, man. Like I went to be with the guys and take her on a vacation for our anniversary and just hang out, man. That was it. And mission accomplished there. We hung out and some.
Yeah, cool. Well,
but I felt like I don't know if it was just me, but like the showroom floor had a weird vibe this year. Like it was just. Something wasn't right, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But you guys made it all the difference. But like, it was a weird vibe in there. And this is probably the shortest amount of time I've spent on that showroom floor because normally we're in there for at least a couple hours. Like, if it,
sometimes it's a place you can hang, right? Like, fortunately, think about. Reston, there's places to hang, right? So you don't really have to hang around in the floor. But like that Chicago show 2 years ago, the lobby was terrible. So might as well just hang out on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But this hotel, great lobby, man. This is a great hangout lobby. But
comfortable seats.
And out there on the floor, man, there's really no place to lean up against, like no tables or nothing to lean on or anything, or chairs or anything like that. So and I don't know, to me, it seemed. I mean, I've talked to people, and they said they think this is the biggest room that they've ever seen for a TF Con. I think that one in Chicago 2 years ago was huge.
It was huge, yeah. I agree.
Like, I thought that there weren't very many vendors. I mean, you got down to the end at Artist Alley there, and there was there's those poor guys there that do the music. They're at a table all on an island by themselves. It's like no one wanted to go over there.
Yeah,
like, you might get lost. lost. You won't be able to find your way back.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear echo down on that end.
Yeah, and that was probably it. Because again, we mentioned it earlier. Agabus is usually there with a nice big setup, so takes up a nice chunk of the floor. So
and a lot of us, to be fair, hang around his booth as well, just hanging out. It was just weird,
so major vendor not being there, and probably some other vendors that we probably used to seeing not being there. So it did have like just a more open feeling on the show floor itself. Just more space to walk around, and just not as much stuff to look at. So
good to see Orson back too. I hope he sold everything he needed to, because that was like the last bit of his stuff. So it was good to see him too.
Yeah.
I was happy to see him because he owes me money. And I went and talked to him, and I said, hey, I know you're going through a hard time, so I left you alone. But I got this order here that still says, like, on his website, says needs refund. He's like, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about everybody. I just got to get through what I got to get through. I was like, all right, man. Well, you know where to find me.
Yeah, He good people. He's good people.
Good stuff. The show floor for me is a little different, because usually I'm not hunting anything. It's just, I'll look at this and look at that. But I mentioned it last night on ETR, finding messing with that Cybertron hotshot at Chris's house, and then I was like, man, somebody here has to have it. So it kind of made it a thing for me and Ace at the convention, just to walk the show floor. And I think I actually skipped lunch. Like they were hitting us up like lunch, and I was like, nah. Like me and Brink ate not too long ago, like a little breakfast sandwich or something like that. So I was like, nah, I'll wait, I'll wait or whatever. So it was nice. It was just nice, and but again, not there for that, as we always say.
Right.
So I'm glad you had a good time. When did you head out Sunday? You headed out like pretty early.
About 9 o'clock in the morning, man. We were on the road by 9:05.
Okay.
We drove about 8 hours back home. Well, it wasn't bad. We got home about 6 o'clock. Yeah.
I keep thinking, because I just think of that Chicago trip for me, man, and that's a long haul.
Yeah, so you guys pass us going to Chicago.
Yeah.
So Chicago's 4 hours from us, easy, going back west. But it's like west in our state. We're in our state, and then we're in Indiana for 5 seconds, and then we're in Chicago.
Yeah, I just keep thinking like you're on top of Chicago for some reason for me.
Oh yeah, like north of Chicago.
West than you.
Yeah. Now that'd be handy in those guys. It don't take too long to get down there at all. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad drive. Like driving down, we started about 2 a.m. And got there Bobby's house about 10. So it wasn't too bad, man. And then going back, we ran into a little bit of traffic once we hit Michigan, but driving there was smooth sailing. We even stopped and got something to eat at the Waffle House, which my wife hates, by the
way. What? I wasn't too impressed with Waffle House either. And I think when I went there, like in Florida, I was like, no.
Like, what's the big whoop?
Eric, there were no fights. Nobody fought in Waffle House while you were there.
No. Man, look, I'm trying to avoid every fight like the plague right now, man. Like I got a stigma from resting all the way up to even freaking Friday night. That drunk dude coming up like, "Hey, you the biggest MFer in the room.
You the biggest guy here, right?"
I'm like, man, I'm out. It's time for me to go to bed, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Ricky actually diffused that dude.
Yeah, he told me. He told me, like, gave him a couple of Newports.
He's like, you all right? He's like, take a cigarette. I think you need a cigarette. And as soon as he took the cigarette, he disappeared.
Good. Ricky did a really good job. I was very impressed, and like he literally gave him the cigarette. He's like, "Yeah, I'll come out and meet you. Just go. I'm gonna finish this conversation with my friend. I'll meet you out there." But and the guy left. It was
good. He just needed a quick buddy and a cigarette.
Yeah, that was it. And
I just couldn't provide those things. I don't smoke. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, he had the tilt and everything going on. He was like,
yeah. Oh man.
He had the gangster lean. That was the gangster
lean. If Phil would have blew on him, because he passed Phil first, he would have fell right over into that table. That's how I thought he was out of it.
Again, man, it's things like that just make the trip memorable. And and I'm glad you and your wife were just able to come down and have a good time. And you said, like make it like memorable, like saying, make it memorable and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So that's good. Your anniversary. So congrats on that. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Happy anniversary.
Much appreciate it. Much appreciated, man.
And the road trip, not too bad. Like Dave, it seemed like me and Dave and Eric were on the road for hours because of the traffic at the GW Bridge. That was like torture. So he probably got home before we did. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. Yeah, we got home about 6 and got our girls and then brought them back. So
I got home at 9, so you probably got home before me.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah. I was like,
oh wow.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
I think we left at 12:30.
Yeah, y'all owe him a Christmas gift. Yikes. Well, guys, thanks for having me, man.
No
It's been a
doubt.
pleasure.
Awesome,
I know
dude.
y'all got other
Yeah,
people
man.
waiting, man.
Thanks
Always
for
a pleasure.
coming on, man.
Thanks
Really
for coming
appreciate
on,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
See you,
Thanks
man.
for having. It was good seeing you, and see you at the next, brother.
All right,
Right.
guys. See y'all.
Later,
Later, bro.
Eric.
All right.
Correct.
All right.
Talking about getting to fights, don't hang out with Eric and Dave over here at the Subway, because these guys can find fights just ordering a sub at a Subway at 1:00 in the morning.
oh, wait a minute. You want to bring that story up?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I want to hear
Really?
the story.
Yeah, let's hear this
All
one.
right.
Miss-
I wanna hear it.
miss that.
I like stories.
All right. So we again, our hotel was kind of far, right? So
What night
You
is
lucky-
this?
this
Saturday
was
night.
Saturday night.
Okay.
So we had a great night, right? But we were a little hungry. I was saying I wanted French fries for hours, right? I don't know if you guys remember that, but we had a Subway
they-
on the corner of
They
our
had
hotel.
good French fries at that Sliders place.
Yeah.
I know,
They
but it
closed
was
the
too
kitchen.
late.
They
They closed the kitchen
Oh.
at 11, and it was 1 a.m. and I'm like, I want French fries, So we got Subway, Brian. We stopped there, and we're on the line, and of course, I guess I have that face. These two guys are talking to me, right? And they're like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What are you guys here for? Are you guys here for a con?" We're like, "Yeah, we're here for a con." Of course, we're nodding our heads yes or whatever, And they were like, "All right, cool." They're like, "Yo, they're telling me they're taking care of our food. Like, we got your food, and anything you order, just don't overdo it." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Eric gives me the side eye look, like, "Don't talk to me." I should have listened to him, right? But I didn't. I was just like, let them fucking pay for our food. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, people do shit like that. Like, they're like, "Oh, we're YouTubers and talking this name and that name," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever." I'm like, "Just pay for my food," right? They're taking forever to get to the point to where they order their food. They finally do, but there was a female in front of us who took advantage of the food, right? So she got her food for free as well, but she took advantage. She got like 3 sandwiches. By the time it was up for us, we had to pay for our shit anyway because she like knocked out whatever gift card that was handed. And if it was $100 gift card, it was almost gone, right?
Wow.
So
What'd she look like?
nothing. No.
Nothing special.
No.
Nothing special.
I don't want to go there, right? Nothing special. So anyway, the place had music on. There's about 15 people in there because it's the only place open for food right now in that area, right? And on top of that, they have masks on. We have masks on. They have the plexiglass flaps, so they can't hear shit. So anything we're saying, they're doing the wrong thing on the other end with the sandwich, right? So even I'm like, "No, I said this." Eric's like, "Yo, why you yelling at them?" Like making fun of me because we always get on Eric, right, for being loud. And I'm like, "Bro, they can't hear me." But when it was Eric's turn, he did the same thing. Apparently 2 more of these guys walked in that weren't with the first 2, drunk. Like one of them was belligerent drunk. So he starts telling Eric, "Shut up! Who are you? Like, be respectful. Shut like Eric's like, "Excuse me?" So it got heated. It got a little crazy in there to the point where like I had to jump. Like I was like, "Yo, it's a misunderstanding." Like I'm talking to the guys now like that. I had to
And
jump in.
he's looking at him with his head all crooked.
Yes,
Yo!
Right, yeah.
exactly. He ain't right. You know what I mean? Like he ain't feeling good already. You're gonna make this guy, you know what I mean, even angrier. Like, come on. So then, Dom wanted to bring this up, but Dom's there ignoring everything. Dom's hiding behind me and Eric. It's like, yo, he's bigger than all 4 of these guys put together. All he needed to do was stick his hand out and go, "Guys, they're with me. Shut up." Right? Instead, "You guys are crazy." Come on, man. We're with fucking Andre the Giant, and Andre the Giant doesn't want to get down. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. So I mean, it got diffused or whatever. We walked out, but it kind of killed like our high. You know what I mean? We were all in great moods, and then we were all in that. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, I was about to fucking fight. Like, come on, man. Like, you know.
All that time and you know, all that, and you still had to pay for your food.
It's a sorry excuse for a toy gang if I ever heard.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
It's a lot of effort for a Subway.
I was like, what? I just want to order a sub. I'm wasted.
Oh, all right. So looks like we got a couple of more guests in here, and let's bring them in. First up, Jason Lowry. What's up, dude?
Yo, what's good, fellas? How you doing?
What's going on, man?
I survived.
Oh, you made it. You made it. How are you and Bethany feeling after the weekend, man? How's it going?
Fine once I stopped taking the medication.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
We all had some good times and stuff. How was the experience for you? You enjoy it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. To be honest, we picked up Brammer, what was it, Thursday. That was an interesting trip up. And then we finally
Never
get there.
Anything interesting.
Oh, dude, all the strays he was pulling up and everything else, like us hanging out at Pickles and Sliders, it was funny. And it was a pretty good time. We ended up meeting up with, what was it, Mike Wells, Deluxe, Justin Loretta, us. We all kind of ate at Pickles at dinner Thursday night. And that's when we saw the infamous Kenneth. So,
Kenneth.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Kenneth made our night. He made our night Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
That pizza that Eric ordered or whoever ordered.
Oh, that was life.
Oh.
I had a slice of that. That was
It
great.
was the worst pizza in the world, but oh my god, that's fucking.
It was life at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
DiGiorno pizza would have been better than that, but oh man. But yeah, so we did that, hung out with everybody, had some interesting times. Thursday went by. Friday we kind of hung out, waited for everybody, went to Baltimore, and it was a pretty good experience. We had a lot of fun. And like, what about you guys? Did you guys go to Baltimore at all?
I mean, I got to see. Yeah, I got
Like
to see
the Comic Con, I meant. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Baltimore Comic Con. Yeah, Friday.
Yeah.
We were there and we got to walk around and stuff like that. Actually, you're in a picture. You're in the picture. Like, Dave got behind one of the cosplayers. Like, I was trying to take a picture of the Joker, and Dave got behind her, like photo bombing.
Yeah.
And like, you're in that shot too. You're like in the corner and stuff like that. So. And yeah, I mean, again, like we mentioned it earlier, that was a cool show just to walk around and chill. Like, I'm glad it was just the same weekend as this show, like, because it was just something else to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something else to do. And we were just lounging in the lobby, just like, man, this show opens at 1 or 1:30, and then of course you don't want to be there like first one, like on the dot or whatever. Like, we just kind of like lounging, and I was like, let the rush. I think me and Brian were talking like, rush will go in, and then we'll get in there and stuff like that. So. It was a good time and stuff. So you and Bethany enjoyed the whole trip. Like, did you get to see a little bit like of the city? Are you familiar like with the area? Do you come around here often? Okay.
Well, we're about an hour and a half south. We're down towards where Reston was a couple years ago. So I mean, it wasn't that far for us. So we ended up we went around town for a little bit, kind of hung out with some people. Did some sightseeing. We went to the convention. It was kind of interesting trying to get in through the line at the convention, though, with all the COVID testing and all that other stuff. So after we got done doing that, we saw Bobby and them. Everybody hung out with everybody there. That convention seemed, I don't know, it seemed to be half the size of what it typically is.
Yeah, what people say, that's what you were saying, yeah. So yeah, and I thought it was still huge for what it was. So I could only imagine,
Yeah. So. Yeah, we did that, and then came back, hung out with everybody, and then some interesting things happened Friday. So,
hey man, it's good times. That's what happens when you have too good of a time sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, definitely.
And again, just realm taking care of realm. It's all.
Amen to that. Thank you everybody that kind of helped with everything.
No doubt.
You're welcome.
Oh man, it was interesting trying to us taking care of Brammer while taking care of us at the same time. So
how's that even work?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm sure that was pretty interesting and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just all the fun times, the fun stories, hanging out with everybody. You just gotten to sit and hang out and seeing a bunch of strays coming over. Going to the video shoot and the photo shoot and all that. That was fun. Honestly, we were only actually at TFCon for maybe about 30 minutes. We just rolled through real quick and just left. We weren't in it long.
Well, wasn't there for that. Wasn't really there for that. Like again, I was hunting for something, and actually Ace is the one that found it for me because we were bin diving. I was looking for his car, couldn't find it, and but Ace found it in package on somebody's shop there, and he was like, "I told you, I find it." I was like, "Yep." He said he found one for Cody at a past convention, Cody was looking the convention for it, couldn't find a figure, and he said he found it in like 20 minutes, So, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I probably would have been in and out of there also. Like, what I'm saying? Just like walking around and see who you see, take some pictures. Like, that was just the point of it for me. It's just to hang out and just get the memories recorded and stuff. I'm hoping to see more photos like from people's experiences and stuff like that. But it's cool to talk about, like, what I'm saying? Because everybody has like their own perspective, like, of the show. So just again, like you said, just a lot of hanging out and good times, and who knew what to expect? Because I think first time here, right? Of them doing that here.
That
I could remember, that lobby again. Brink said it. It was a nice lobby to chill and hang out, and we had sliders right around the corner, which turned out to be a great spot to hang out. It was the Caddy Shacks of the Caddy Shacks of Baltimore, basically.
Yeah, Brammer and I kept talking to the owner about keeping it open for everybody and everything. It was pretty awesome. Shout out to that guy. Those guys were amazing, keeping everything open for all of us to hang out all weekend. It was great.
Yeah. Even them not getting too pissed, even though we were drinking, bringing some of our own stuff, but we were still throwing plenty of stuff.
Even though there was probably a domestic dispute after we left over there. We're gonna read one day, Baltimore owner of Sliders fucking murders wife over some shit. Like,
wow.
I only went in there like 2 or 3 times, and every time I went in there was something going on with those two arguing or something. He would just like try to stay quiet, but like you could tell, like, you know what I mean? Like if we weren't there, he would have said something type of, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like biting his tongue. He was biting his tongue, but she wasn't.
Yeah, I think what was it, Thursday when we were there? It was $10 pictures that night. And then what was it? Friday it was what, 25 or 15 or something like that. And I ended up calculating out. We talked to the owner. He said Friday night, like, we went through at least 25 pitchers of beer with a bunch of us sitting out there.
Wow. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's why the night ended. That's a lot of pictures. It's a lot of pictures, man. So I mean, I'm glad you had a good experience, dude. Good times. It's always good times. We get to hang out and do stuff like this. We got to hang out at RetroCon not too long ago, so I felt like that was nice. The pre-meet up to this whole thing, and I mean, what a time just getting to see everybody. After such a while. So appreciate you popping on and stuff like that. We'll get up
definitely
soon, and we'll get up.
Yep, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yes, no doubt, brother.
All right,
thanks, Jason.
Soon, man.
All right, catch you guys later.
Jason.
Later, dude.
Yep, see you.
Peace.
Yeah, those pitchers of beer that they had was like, I guess, their own brew, and it was a really good tasting beer. It was
something with an H. It was called, right? Like Hafi or Happy. I forgot.
Weizen something.
It was flowing. All right, guys.
I love Brian Thursday night. Like, this is our spot. This is the
that was the spot, man. It was the spot. Brammer was holding that spot down all weekend for us.
This is our spot for the weekend.
No. Somebody said this is a great spot, and Brian goes, "This is our spot now," or something like that.
Oh man!
Maybe I was trying to make a Wire reference, and it just didn't come out right. What can I say?
All right, guys, it's time for the main event. We got one more guest with us, and it's the Rockfather himself, the one, the only, Dust Mites. What's up, brother? Look at this guy. You just roll out of bed?
Is this thing still? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
This man's still recovering. He's still recovering.
I think this thing is still on from last night.
Oh wow.
Caught me playing with a shark again. What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
He
How you
does
doing,
still play
man?
with his toys.
I was recouping all day today, by the way. This is why I am in this mode right now. I can barely talk. I'm in couch mode. And yeah, today was my recoup day because I had to go to work yesterday. So I kind of like I didn't get that recharge time because we got home at 9, and I chilled on the couch for like 2-3 hours, and I went to bed and had to be up at 5.
I was
which
about
was
to
glorious
say
because we were
early.
going to bed at 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah, today was one of those after last night, man. Oof, we went hard last night, man.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm sitting there counting dead soldiers right now because I didn't clean up yet. I'm like, woo. We just continued from the weekend last night. But yeah, great weekend. I'm very happy to have been able to go and see you guys again. It's been a while.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
After 2 years, it was great to see you guys. It really
Hell
was.
yeah.
It really. It felt weird, man. It was like I'm at Ace's house on Wednesday. He came and picked me up, and we went to his crib. And I felt so awkward because I haven't been out of my apartment like that in 2 years, where I was staying somewhere else other than home. You know, been out to restaurants, hanging out with you guys at a show or so, or seeing my family, but I never packed a bag and slept somewhere strange since all this shit went down. So
Yeah.
it was like really weird for me. And then going to Chris's house, you know, it's just I was standing there just watching you guys, and you're like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is gonna have to take a little bit." The social anxiety was coming back. It's going to take a while to get back into this, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is for everybody that doesn't think I have hair. So I figured, there you go, you know. But yeah, what a great weekend, man. I mean, what more can I say? Is like, I honestly feel that we don't need a con to do that.
Not at
Honestly.
all. Listen, on the way down, Dave was like, "Yo, why are we? Let's go to Atlantic City." He's like, "Make a turn over. We go to Atlantic City and just chill out for the weekend and stuff." And
Yeah,
I'm like,
without a doubt, man.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, for sure.
mean,
Like,
yeah, it's a draw and it brings in new people that we've never met before, and it's a common ground. But honestly, it's like I think I spent 30 minutes on the convention floor in total throughout the whole weekend, if that. Honestly, if that. And you know, rest of the time was just chilling, man. Just pull up a bunch of couches and chill out, and you know, and then partied all goddamn night long. I don't know how many years I could do that anymore. I'm getting old, guys. This is caught up to me, man. This caught up to me. And you're talking about me, and I'm just like, pfft. Saturday I was okay. I just nursed a couple of beers, and then Bram started buying shots, and I'm like, fuck it.
the lemon
I'm in
drops.
the vortex.
That's always trouble. That's always gotta watch him.
In the vortex, you know. Let's go.
Those lemon drop shots will get you. But to me, I feel like those are easier shots to take because they don't. I feel like they don't give you that like you know that make you grit your
Nah,
teeth.
it's the next morning.
But
It's like Saturday mornings. Like usually we're pinging each other and texting each other. Yo, you up? You up? Bro,
Nope.
6:30. 6:30.
You're talking about Brammer having ordering shots. Who was the one with the pocket of fireballs?
Brian.
Like,
That was
Santa
Mr.
Claus.
Brian Brick.
I wasn't consuming any. I was fine. Yeah. But hey, man, yeah, everybody loves Fireball,
Yeah,
Fireball's good. It's good for you. It's good
Yeah,
for
it
you.
was.
and people were complaining it was cold,
chest.
so I was
Yeah,
getting them
keep
warmed
warm.
up.
Yeah, it keeps
It was just nice that I didn't have to like jump up at 7 o'clock to be on that floor by 8 to wait on a line to get into a convention room for things I couldn't even care less about, you know, that I could buy online. My thing is just the people, so it was like it was nice to like roll downstairs around 11:30, get a coffee. Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah.
I
You know,
heard
it's weird.
I heard that the line to get in stretched all the way to where the third party room was, like when they first
Wow.
opened the doors. Yeah,
Across
That's
the
nuts.
gateway and everything.
Across the-
Skyway.
yeah,
Skyway,
wow, yeah, man,
Wow.
We
That
were
is
all sleeping.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing, man. Unless you're really looking for some exclusive type shit and you really need to be there, just roll in after, you know. I can't figure this.
Yeah,
fucking
once
thing out.
once that Menses sold out, I felt bad because Dave was like, "Shit, I wanted it," and by the time he got there, it was gone. And I was like, "Shit, I could have ran down there real quick and picked it up and just went back to the hotel room." Because again, I didn't give a shit about
No,
being there
dude,
early
The
either.
funny
like,
thing,
you know?
the funny thing is, Ace puts out a text saying he got it. He's like, "Oh, there's plenty." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's plenty?"
Wow, what does that mean? Plenty.
Yeah, like nobody cared about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's plenty
like,
there.
oh, there's
It's plenty there if you're there at 9 a.m. Of course,
Yeah,
there's
so
plenty.
me and Dom were like, we'll get there when we get there, you know?
Yeah. I'm going back to sleep. There's plenty of them.
Yeah, how cool was that? Just rolled out. I was like, yeah, I'm taking a shower. I'll be there a little bit. Fire up the sound bar, listen to some tunes, roll over for a little bit. Those nice hard ass beds that we were sleeping on. I don't know, Hilton. We gotta talk.
I like my bed. I don't like
It wasn't
a
too
soft
bad.
bed.
It wasn't too
It
bad.
was a little. I don't know. Maybe they're just all new. Other than that, the place was okay and
Yeah.
really nice layout. The lobbies were beautiful. They were huge. There was so many little holes that we could have went to and chilled.
Yeah.
So if you had your own little clique, you could find your own little spot. Other than that, man, like I said, it really. I heard you guys mention it just had a weird vibe. It just didn't feel like if this is the first convention back in 2 years. Wow us, man. We're home. We're back. You guys are back. Here we go. It was just it was like, thanks for your $60. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. There was just no, even on the third party panel, it was just like, and now we have, it felt like I was at some work seminar. It should have been a little bit more, jazz, pizzazz it up. Give me the mic, a little bit more love, but I don't know. What the hell do I know about running that shit, But
Yeah, what do you know about presenting the Transformers news, right?
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Crack open a beer and be like, all right, Brian, what do we got next?
Could you imagine an ETR third-party panel? That would be nuts. Jeez.
You're throwing tomatoes at us.
And it'll be us throwing it at you.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Food fight!
Get them out of here.
What did you wind up sipping on this weekend, Dustin? Was there anything that you tried at the bar that caught your interest, or did you go with Old Faithful?
I kept it kind of chill, because of it was a long week for me because I had a vacation going into this, so not that I was I got a lot of shit done around here, and I was working on a lot of music, so of course music and me creating music and beer go hand in hand, so just regular beers. I really didn't go crazy on anything crazy. Whatever they had, it wasn't like I was drinking any champagne coolies with Gary. Gary's sleeping.
I did have one drink with Dom. That's pretty good.
Because so, Gary, you got
What was it? What was it, Gary?
I don't know. What something from the bar there in the hotel.
Okay.
It was like some
beer?
type of
Dave,
loot.
can I
No,
tell
it was
Sorry,
like-
you better
it's
cut
some,
that
like-
shit out, Dust.
Come on, please.
All right. Go ahead.
Please. I was like, Dave, I want to buy you a drink. He goes, no, I'm good. Come on. You were drinking some beers with us the other night. No, I can't. All right, let me get you something non-alcoholic so it looks like you got a drink. I said, you ever have a Shirley Temple before? He goes, no. I said, all right. He walks away. I said, told the bartender, you make him Shirley Temple? He goes, yeah. I said, make me the biggest, gaudiest, presentable. He goes, I want fruit. I want fruit and leaves, and I want lights in there. Whatever you go. So,
This fucking drink had the Tropicana fucking chick on the fucking top. Like, every fruit you could think of coming out of it.
Wow.
And I said, nope, you got to drink. He goes, no, I'm taking this out. Come on, bro, I spent money on that. The fruit cost a lot of money for extra. I didn't pay for the fruit. And he got like 10 steps towards everybody, and those dudes from Brooklyn came in, and right away he just went he took the fruit, threw it in the garbage. He's like, these guys ain't seeing me with this shit. he just started sipping on it like it was like a rum and coke or something.
You have to keep
No. It looked like a cranberry vodka.
Cranberry,
And
whatever.
Dom goes, what's that? A cranberry vodka? I'm like, yep. 5 minutes later, Dust was like, oh, how's that Shirley Temple? I'm like, fucking Dust, shut the fuck up.
That was fun, man. We were just busting balls and having a good time.
That was great.
See, that's what I wanted to hear. Like,
That was delicious, though. I will say, I would like one right now, actually.
If they threw a little liquor in there, that would be a killer of a drink. That would be a scary fucking drink. Really would be scary. But yeah, the bar was okay. $7 for a beer isn't hateful. I've paid more, you know what I mean? But going across the street or anywhere, if it wasn't across at where Sliders were, I'm sure there was a handful of places just locally that were like that we could go to. It looked like that area was pretty hopping. It was pretty hopping. It really was. I wish I was able to venture out a little bit more, but with my legs killing me and all that shit, I really couldn't go too far. So it was tough. It was tough for me with that. Future's I have to rethink the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but we'll see what's up with that. But yeah, I had a great time, guys. I really missed you guys, and it was
Yeah.
awesome that we were able to get together and be together again like that. And I don't know why my voice is getting super deep on me for some reason.
Yeah. I'm still
Maybe
trying to
upset.
recover that. I always seem to lose my voice at these big conventions. I kind of half lost it this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, at Sliders, we were outside, so there was no hold bar. We were screaming, yelling,
Yeah,
cackling. You
yeah.
know, there was nobody shutting anything down out there. So
Yeah, yeah.
you get a little hoarse, and then the alcohol doesn't help being dehydrated. So but, I mean, it was really nice. Shout out to Ace, Gort. I drove with Ace and Gort, and they got the room next to me. Sons of bitches. So they kept knocking on the interconnecting door. I kept my door locked 5 times. Moved the dresser in front of it.
Kept trying to get in there like, Dust, where you at? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Moved the dresser in front of it. But and it's also like when it's such a big, and I know we discuss this all the time. When there's so many of us, it's hard to everybody to get together.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and especially under what's going now, And Baltimore seemed like it was pretty laxed.
Yeah, they were lax. They were pretty
with
lax, yeah.
restrictions and stuff. So, but I don't think they would have if we would have rolled in like 30 deep. Is the smartest thing to do. Number one, you can tell by some of the pictures we took. But number two is just that you just can't get everybody together. So you could try to make plans like, hey, why don't like a handful of us go do this, but then you don't want to get other people offended like they missed the boat or like what I mean. So we're in tough positions with that. Especially
Yeah.
when it comes to like new people and stuff. So
Yeah.
you just got to just take it like group up and go. Don't sweat it. Don't take it
Go
personally.
with the flow. Eventually.
Well,
That's it.
the good thing about the last night, though, the party night, Saturday night, though, is that's what Sliders wound up being. Like, everybody wound up descending down to Sliders, and it did feel like everybody went there, and everybody was just chilling and hanging out. I was like, yo, look at this crowd. Like, this is great. Like, everybody, I guess they knew this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
out
that's-
tomorrow, and,
Well, yeah, the lobby was actually the TFCon was having an after party there at that lobby Saturday night, and they're not really our people.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. It was quite nerdy in there. Every table had. I was like, "Is this a parts party?" Oh no, that's just their hall. I'm like, "Oh boy," it just was. Yeah, and I was like, and I hit you guys. I'm like, "Yo, the nerds are taking over. Let's go. We gotta go across the street early."
Yeah.
So it was.
Yeah, and I let
different
Bobby
this year,
know and
but-
stuff. Yeah, so they came down too.
It was a good time. Yeah, it was a good time. And again, like I said, I just love to look back and see like just the pockets of people talking. Like Kenneth and Drew. We got to chill and have good convo.
Another
Got to
great
see
bump.
Daniel,
What was
Derek,
the-
like a whole bunch of people. Just good to see.
Was
I'm
it
sorry.
Was it Saturday night when Bobby was walking back with his wife, and I guess his wife was like, you know what, you can stay with your friends, and he started doing like the
Yeah, he did a little
Beyonce.
shuffle back to the bar. Like,
I mean, Bobby only had 2 blankets to sell on Sunday, so it's like you didn't have to put a full day in.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to him, man. I'm very happy that he went through so much merch, man. That's
Yep.
great.
yeah, so awesome.
Hey, before I kill myself, this Hasbro Sharkticon, right? Does the head go on the back?
I haven't opened.
Uh,
it. I can't even.
It
tell
should, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying here. I'm sorry. Continue, please.
You
I
act like
actually
this is
got
a toy
that.
podcast or something. Come on, man.
You.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, Dust open something?
I
Dust
haven't
is
even opened mine
transforming
yet.
something?
No, I didn't say that. I was just trying to put this thing on the back. That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
That came. I got that on Wednesday, right before the con. So I was like, well, I'm gonna have to just mess with this when I get back. No time
Yo,
to
so
mess with
Jose,
this.
you keep saying about the pockets of people, right? And like, I can't help but remember a few conversations I had with Kenneth and I want to say Mike Sullivan. If it's not Sullivan, it's Mike something. I know his whole family's birthday, but I don't know his last name.
Oh yeah, Mike P. I think.
Mike P.
Called that.
Well, they're both great dudes, man. We got into such deep conversation. Like, we were like, yo, this is dark for a toy convention. Like, we were talking life. Like, it had nothing to do with the toys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, open. It was great. Great combo. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they were both very verbal, speaking about, how much they appreciate the podcast that we do and why they listen and why they come to these events that, their friends don't understand that part of their life, that the collecting aspect of it. And to find people that basically share such common interests, but are from different parts of the, the U.S. And we grew up we grew up differently, but not really, because we all have similar goals and interests in life when we actually come out and say it. We might look a little different, but in the inside, we're all the same.
Yeah.
And that's the conversation we had, like the three of us, and it was just really deep. It was a great convo. Like, I gotta say that.
It's awesome.
There were a lot of conversations like that happening, and I'm glad you kind of brought up the aspect of it is that none of us were talking about toys. All of it was real life. How are you? How's your family? What are you up to? And how all that branched into other topics of conversation. Like I don't think I talk toys with anybody at this convention, not at all. And I got to talk.
If you did, it got quick.
Yeah, it was.
It's like, hey, get anything? Yeah, I picked up this and a keychain. All right, back to the real conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say what was really cool was, like, I actually made a friend, not too long ago. Nate Armstrong from the Black Out and Shout crew.
Mm-hmm.
He's been coming to these cons for years, but I really never talked to him. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. This was the
we
first
met
time.
through Mythic Legions, believe it or not, right? So we met through that. We've been talking for months. Like, like we talk every few days about like painting and just random shit. And to find out we're in the same pocket of friends too. Like, we were all chilling together, like mixing. And the minute I saw him, I knew who he was from the back of him, because he wears a certain kind of, ensemble. He wears this kind of hat. And I was like, yo, Nate. And he turns around with the big smile. We embraced, and he was like, how'd you know it was me? I was like, nobody else dresses like this. He looks like Heisenberg from fucking Breaking Bad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, but cool dude. He got to talking with Mike Wells about the Mythic. So we had a little, side conversation about other things that weren't, necessarily Transformer related, So it was cool. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, I was chilling with him because I was chilling with him and Mike and Kay earlier on Friday, I guess, while we're waiting for people to show up. And he I turned my back for a minute to talk to somebody, and Nate drops. He said Mythic, and I was like, I spun right around. I was like, did I hear somebody say the M word at Transformers convention? And he's like, yeah, and I already knew his first name, right? And I was like, what's your last name? And he's like, Armstrong. It's like, hey, I know you from the Cabal group. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, you're going to want to talk to a few people that are here. So that's cool.
Yeah. See, and again, everybody has those varied interests. Like, Transformers convention, yes, but, the realm encompasses a lot more than that,
Yeah.
So... I mean, that's good when you can hook up with people. And again, like I said earlier, it's just everybody that shares a common interest. You know what I'm saying? You bond and kind of get together off that. And then you have these real conversations where you find that you have so much more in common, And like you said, Dave, that this was the first time I was able to speak to Nate long form. I think I've always seen him kind of like from a distance. And Brother Kyle from Black Out and Shout, like, you know what I'm saying, too? Like, I always speak to Mike and Vanessa at these shows and stuff like that, but not so much like everybody else, and I felt like I had some good conversations with people that I usually don't get to talk to too much at these shows, because it's never enough time. Again, like you said, we're always doing this, we're always doing that, and even though we're there 3 or 4 days, it's still not enough. Like, what I'm saying?
Now you see why I try to make that extra day, that Thursday. To me, is like, it's key. Like, like without. Yeah. If I got there Friday, I'd feel like I'm missing something,
Exactly.
Another thing is, like, you got new people that want to come see us, but they're kind of off at first. They're not quite sure. And then by the second day, third day, where'd they go?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I was going to go say what's up today. So come see us right away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was like Saturday. A bunch of you guys went to dinner. I wasn't hungry. I just chilled out in the lobby drinking a beer by myself, at a table, and some people came over and members, like new members, and didn't get to talk to me or get to see me, and we had some conversations alone, and I didn't see people, you know what I mean? It's just like in the crowd they go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? They made the appearance and then boof,
well, that's what's kind of nice, right, with that, because they might be intimidated to come up when there's 10 of us there.
Yeah.
But
Guys, don't
Let me catch one of these realm people on their own.
Yeah, but
no.
don't come to us
Please
right
don't,
away.
guys. Yeah, please, guys. Because you know what? Like I saw like some posts in the realm. We touched on it last night. Like just people posting like, "Oh, this is my haul and I had a good time," or a picture with Bobby.
where were you?
And I'm like, "Yo, like,
Wait.
why did you say what's up? Like, let us know who you are. Like, we want to
Right.
talk to you
Yeah,
and meet you and and be a part of that experience with you, man. Like, don't ever feel intimidated if you see us all hanging together, whatever. Come up and say what's up. That's what we want. If Dave didn't do that a few years ago at NJCC, like this dude is my brother today. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he didn't do that, where would we be? Like, you know what I'm saying? This dude's my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So do it. Just say what's up.
I'm sure Ricky can contest because he was in that window. We saw him on Thursday and he kept hanging out with us and he had a great time. Like
Yeah,
We-
but,
we
my
all-
man,
we-
but my man Ricky's got a different type of personality. Ricky will make a friend anywhere on any corner at any time.
Yeah, but he made the right choice. He made the right
Yes.
friends this time. You know what I mean? But that's just it, man. Everybody, like Jose said, every one of us started like that. Every single one
everyone's
of
got
us
an
started like
origin.
that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And maybe not Dust, because Dust is the originator, but all of us fell into this somehow, and then we latched on and we haven't left. You know what I mean? So
A lot of
something
people got
kept
the
us here,
conversation.
right? Yeah.
Remember the conversation?
Yeah.
Remember the conversation? A lot of people used to get that when they first came in here. I know it seems to be too much, but don't worry about it. Everybody's a good dude. This is what it's all about.
The walk
Everybody-
around the con. The walk around the con.
walk around the con to make people comfortable. That's it. But guys, I'm gonna let you guys finish this up. I don't want to take up too much time. Thank you for having me on.
But dude, yeah, thanks
I
for coming
appreciate
on.
it. I really
and,
appreciate seeing you guys. I love you guys to
Love
death,
you, man. Love you too,
Dave,
dude.
man,
Same here, bro.
If I didn't cry 3 times looking at you this weekend, Jesus Christ. That was after you stuck it in. No, but seriously, guys.
But Dust, it was great to see you, bro.
Very
And
happy.
thank
2
you.
years.
Yeah,
After
thank
2
you, man.
years, we're back. Let's keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's keep this momentum going in the groups, the podcast, the hangouts. Go out and meet people. Go to your local shows. Find people. Let's keep this rolling. 2022. Let's
Yep.
make 2022 a big year for us. Okay?
Let's grow.
The
Promise
realm.
me that. All right.
Yep. Let's
Love
go.
you all.
Love you. Bro.
Love you, man.
Love you, bro. Stay safe.
guys.
We'll talk
Later,
soon.
bro.
All right, later, man.
Yeah, so I mean, again, I think just hearing, some of the experiences you guys heard tonight and ours, like, again, it's the tired cliche that we say, but we say it because it's true. Like, fuck the toys. It's not about the toys. The toys is the excuse that gets everybody there together, but it's really being just able to hang out with each other. Nothing more apparent than that this weekend, because that's what made it for me.
And Jose, it's not just showing up at the cons. If you guys feel you want to show up to a hangout, those are always the best way to break the ice. So I got to know most of these gentlemen before I got to meet them face to face doing hangouts with them. So,
Yeah.
that's how we really got to, bond, let's say, before we actually bonded in real life. So,
Yeah.
these hangouts are important. So when they're up, come in, don't be afraid. Even if you're quiet, we'll get you talking, just jump in.
Yep. And speaking of hangouts, as Dave said, you're going to be seeing those pop up maybe a couple of times a month here on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Looking at some schedule changes. A lot of us have some things going on. So we're just looking at the best way to kind of bring this content at you and stuff like that, and in a way that kind of works best for all of us. So not speaking anything concrete now, but just keep a lookout in the future and this space and this time slot here on Tuesdays. And let's just say I'm hoping to see a lot more of you, in the very near future in this type of format. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you guys are going to be down and enjoy the ride with us. Because like Dave said, that's how a lot of us got into it. Even before it was broadcasted, before it was podcast and stuff like that. We just will get up and hang out, and a lot of that still goes on now and stuff like that. But after a weekend like this, we're just, again, here on Tuesdays, we want to make sure that we also provide an outlet if people want to just come and hang out on some no pressure bullshit and just shoot the shit like we did this past weekend, because really, like we said, that's what it's about and stuff. So
all you need is a phone and internet. You don't need anything else. I'm using my phone today. It is better with a laptop, but you don't need one.
Yeah,
just for you people listening.
Just hop
And
in, you know.
yeah, I just want to say, Leon Mark 44 Prime is in the chat. He couldn't come to TFCon because it was his girl's birthday, but Eric B brought his wife there for their anniversary.
Oh boy.
So, dude.
She was like, "Yo, I ain't going to no toy convention for my birthday. That ain't happening." Missed you, Red, and missed everybody that couldn't make it to this show. Like, you guys were completely missed, man. You know, like, just hope to see you at the next one. It's completely understandable. Like, a lot of us didn't even know if this was gonna happen this time. You know, but I'm so glad it did.
And a lot of us are still a little freaked out from just being in public spaces.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know,
Yeah.
it's totally understandable. You know, and let's see how we all feel in about a week or so.
yeah.
You know, so just fucking with y'all. You know, fucking with y'all, just making a little funny. But does anybody else have anything to say? Like to just wrap up the convention talk, or did we get it all out? We got it all out tonight. I think we got the roaming out tonight. You know,
I mean,
I think so.
I'm just glad that we all got to do this. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's
We
it,
all
man. I
needed
mean, not much to say. Dave said it. He was like, "This was like really needed," you know, and I think we all really needed it. You know,
a good re-energize of what we were, what we missed in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So, all right. So with that, let's just run it down the line. We got some where you ats, and we're gonna call it a night. And I don't know if we're gonna hang out because I think we're all exhausted and stuff. But yeah, I'll throw the link out if anybody wants to hop on. We'll see who hangs out tonight. So, Brinkalizer, I'll start with you. We'll go around the yard.
I am at Brinkalizer on Instagram, of course in the Rome group, and I believe JD, I'll let you confirm if we are on tomorrow.
Okay.
This is our spot.
All right. G Money.
Yeah, I'm in the Facebook, and yeah, that's usually the best place to find me in there. Gary Allen Facebook groups.
All right, and then thank you once again, dude, for the workout on Friday. I'm glad we got to do that. Now that's gonna be tradition. We're working out.
Anytime.
Let's go.
I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed that I didn't show up with like a dozen.
Yeah.
It's all right. Dom. Don't worry about it. So, all right, Big Dom, where you at, brother?
You can find me in the Facebook groups, Dominic Grosso, here Tuesday nights with you guys, and thank you. It was great, guys. I had a great time. Couldn't ask for more, and looking forward to what the future brings. And I think we can definitely with all of the individuals in this community, we can definitely make this thing grow and have these events lot bigger, much more fun, and bring a lot of good people into the family and have a great conversation. It's all that's what it's all about. It's meeting people, talking to people, and it's such a great experience when you can find a common ground with individuals, and the majority of the time it's a guarantee, because we're all the same. In our ways, and we always want to have fun and enjoy each other's company and just share our experiences, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah, well said, bro.
Sing it, Dom.
Totally agreed, brother.
I was singing in the car. You guys should.
Oh, he was singing. He was singing. Dave's like, yo, can you put on a little something more urban?
Dom's a songbird of our generation,
So funny. All right, everybody's favorite pigment surgeon.
I don't know about favorite, but thanks for that. Yeah, you can find me Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. You can also find me doing shows on this channel various nights of the week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's when you'll see me.
Yep.
Tomorrow night, all new Figga Bangin', new Shelf Gravy. Jesus Christ. I had it all in here, and then it comes out of my mouth.
Just shit in the bed at the end. There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of saying shit backwards, you what was it? You put out what you get in, Kenneth.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I think that's what he said this weekend, and we were just kind of laughing about it,
Check out those live streams. Yeah.
Check them out.
I also want to mention that Legions Con is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2?
2.5, 3.
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5. Yeah.
Toy Con, New Jersey, and Legions Con. You get 2 days in a row.
More realming. More realming.
Yeah.
Got some more realming.
We'll be there.
Awesome. We'll talk more about that, I guess,
Yep.
as we get a little bit closer. All right. Energon Addict, Squarehead himself. Let him know.
All right. Try not to be too long-winded here. Just want to shout out everybody that made it to the show. Shout out to everybody who did not, but still supports the realm. Keep continuing to do that. It was just a show. You'll be at the next one. Relax. You know what I mean? You were missed. A lot of people were missed, so just know that. Special thanks to a few individuals, JD and Chan. Thank you for my dio. I love it. It's in place. Thank you for bringing it. That was probably the only thing besides what Dust got me to bring back. Dust, thank you for that as well. Thank you to the Pinkertons and the Skull Faces for hosting us.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Very appreciative of that. And thank you to you guys. Gary, especially making the long fucking trip to get there. I know it was hard for him to do what he did. I appreciate that he was there, because if he wasn't there, I would have been like, fuck, this isn't TFCon. That's my bro. You know what I mean?
Right, it's not the same.
I haven't seen him in a minute, so it was great. And that's it. Thank you. Thanks, Eric. Eric, you fucking strung it out. You fucking had a fucked up neck, but you fucking pushed through and you made the whole trip.
Yep.
So big ups to my boy Eric and Dom. Bro, don't worry, man. Next time we'll get a hotel. We won't have to walk that far. You and me won't have to make missions and take cab rides. We'll be all right. But I love you all. Thank you. And that's it. Good night.
I couldn't even use a scooter.
Oh, and I'm on Instagram, Energon Addict, by the way. Instagram.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Dave said everything I wanted to say right there, so I don't think I could say it much better. Thank you to everybody, Chris, Kelly, Bobby, Laura, again, for having us, and just everybody, Eric, Kenneth, Drew. I can't name everybody, but everybody that came through, and as Dave said, everybody that didn't. I appreciate everybody that supports what we do here in the realm. You can't even understand how much I appreciate that personally, but we all appreciate it. And whether you were able to make it or not, this was very much needed. You know what I'm saying? A realm reinvigoration, I think somebody said. Just after so long of not really being able to do what we do here, and the way we do it. So it was a great comeback. Hope to see those faces that couldn't make it the next time. And listen, there's going to be a lot of good times moving forward. So just come on, get in here, keep active in the Facebook group, keep a lookout in there for when we're doing stuff and, future events. And listen, try to make it, because I think like Ricky putting himself out there, coming to this show, maybe not knowing what to expect, and he had a great time, and everybody that was there had a great time. I didn't see anybody with a frown on their face, maybe except for Eric. He had the fucked up neck.
Yeah,
he still pushed through. You know what I'm saying? He still pushed through.
Saturday night, he was having a good time Saturday.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him for pushing through that. And you guys, I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys are my brothers. I mean that when I say it. And I'm glad we all got here tonight and we were able to just kind of recap this and just being able to hook up this past weekend. I missed you all and I love you all. And I'm going to end on that. No other big spiel. Look out for the link in the Facebook group. Hop in, hang out, or don't. And we'll be back very soon with another episode. All right. So everybody take care, stay safe, and peace out.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
Love you guys.
Love ya. Give it to me, JD. Give it to me.
Toodles.
Say it with me now. Really?